So most people, when they think about having their own business, they already jump into everything they need once it's already started. But the reality is that before all of that happens, you need to do the serious work of planning ahead and making sure that your business is an idea that's gonna last for the long run. If you're interested in starting your own business, follow along. We're gonna talk about what you need to know before you even start. Let's go. The first thing you need to do when you're starting a business is you need to find a problem. A problem? A problem. Why do you need to find a problem? Because people only buy if they have a problem that they're trying to solve. For example, if somebody is really stressed out and they need somewhere to go to be able to find some relaxation, to get away from their everyday life, that's a problem. Your solution might be a weekend getaway at a resort that you build, or it might be something really simple like putting on a great night at a local restaurant. The possibilities are endless, but I'm skipping ahead. The most important to think about when you're starting a business is, do people have a problem in enough numbers that it creates a viable business? So the first thing to consider before you start a business is, what is the problem that you're trying to solve? So once you find a problem, then of course you need to find a solution. So think about this with other businesses. When it comes to a car dealership, what solution do they provide? It's transportation, right? People want convenience to be able to get somewhere more quickly. When it comes to a restaurant, what solution do they have? People get hungry, right? But it's not only that. If you look at a restaurant or even a coffee shop, they're not only providing a solution of food, sometimes what they're solving is the problem of human relationships. People want a place where people can connect and meet and spend time together and build memories. So be thinking broader. You know, business owners that are okay, just think of the immediate need. So with a restaurant, they might just be thinking of food, but a really smart restaurant owner is going to be thinking about creating memorable experiences or other solutions to problems that people have that go a bit deeper. Or think about a car dealership, which I mentioned before. One person is going to think, well, people need a car, so I'm going to have a car dealership to provide cars. But a much more intelligent and savvy car dealership owner is going to think about, people want a hassle-free place to buy a car. They want somewhere that's not stressful to buy a car. They want somewhere where car salespeople, which mostly stress people out, let's be honest, are the opposite. They're very friendly and helpful. So when you think about a solution, don't just think of the easy answer first. Go deeper and find a solution that is really going to delight your potential customers. Another thing that you need to look at when it comes to starting a new business before you even get the ball rolling is product market fit. Now, what does that mean? There's different definitions of it, but basically what it means is that you are delivering a product or a service to a particular market. So what's a product? A product might be a watch, right? But who are you going to sell that watch to? There's some watches that are very expensive, say for example a Rolex or a lot of other watches. They have a market that has the money to spend a lot on a watch. But say for example here in the Philippines, there's restaurants that are selling food for a very small amount. Who is their market? You see, when it comes to a product and a market, you need to make sure that they match each other. Somebody that wants a Rolex watch may not be shopping at a very low cost food place. On the other hand, people that are shopping at a very low cost food place might not have the money for a Rolex watch. So your product and your market, they need to fit together well. And also importantly, you need to have a market that is big enough to be able to have enough customers in the future to sustain your business. So it's good to find a product that is very meaningful and satisfying to a particular group of people, but just make sure that there's also enough of those people to buy what it is that you're gonna sell. We've talked a lot about solutions today, and the fourth area that we need to look at before you even start your business is telling other people about your solution. Traditionally, this is called marketing. What's marketing? Marketing is just a way that your business will communicate to other people about the products and services that you have to offer. The most common way of doing that these days is through online or digital marketing on the internet. Some companies use social media, others use email marketing. There's many different examples, and if you want to know about that, feel free to contact me. That's what we spend day after day doing at Purple Cow Agency. But the important thing for you is to figure out how you're gonna find the people that we talked about in the product market fit, those people that you want to sell to. Where are you gonna find them? Where do they hang out? Is it on particular websites? Is it in particular forums? Where is that? Wherever they are, you need to do your research and find out where they are, and then you need to communicate to them. More importantly, you need to do something called inbound marketing. And what inbound marketing is instead of always going to where they are and telling them about yourself, you create things that are meaningful. It could be a blog, it could be a YouTube channel, many options out there, and you create things that are meaningful, that are gonna be of service and helpful to your target market, and it's gonna attract them by what it is that you're communicating with them, and it's also gonna demonstrate to them that you know who they are, you've taken the time to learn, and you're already willing to roll up your sleeves and to connect with them on their terms where they're at. The last thing that I'd highly recommend that you look into before you even open your doors for your business is selling your solution. In other words, how are you gonna find new clients? You know, when I started Purple Cow Agency in 2008, I thought I was just gonna be sitting in front of my laptop and coding websites every day. And it took me about 2 seconds to realize that if I didn't sell a website, there would be no clients to build websites for to begin with. And the image I had in my mind was of a high-pressured salesperson that would say anything to try to get a new deal, and I almost gave up on the spot. It's just not my personality. I like helping people. But what I found out over the years is that you can be very effective in sales by being honest, by telling the truth, by being helpful, and by using your ears a lot more than your mouth. The more you listen to those that need your help, the more likely they'll be willing to work with you, and being helpful and guiding them along the way is, for me, what sales is all about. If you don't have a clear sales strategy from the outset, you might have the best product or service in the universe, but if you don't have any customers, your business is only gonna last as long as you have the money to keep it going. So very importantly, think about your sales strategy, make sure it's solid before you even get started. So I have something final to say. Just kidding. What I want to say is that many of you have been watching the channel for a while, and I appreciate your support, but I would greatly appreciate if you would take just a moment of your time today to subscribe, like this video, and importantly, hit the bell notification. As always, I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you watching. Take care. I hope you have a great day.